So first, let me tell you the story, and then I'll explain what Aslice became. So the reality is that right before COVID started, basically, I was just noticing that like the typical, artists' social media game, and I was really fed up with it. And I decided, like, instead of thanking everyone for this great opportunity I had, and all my fans and all that, I really needed to thank the people who provided the music that supplied me to have and create these experiences on the dance floor. And that little core idea ended up, kind of falling to the wayside, but then COVID happened. And when COVID happened, I could take that idea and expand it. And I realized if I could build something for myself that allowed me to, let's call it, share some of my profitability and earnings as an artist with other artists who provided me the music, then why not? And so ultimately what we built was, I hate to use the jargon and the slogan of Aslice, but we built a fairer music ecosystem. And it's basically a way for DJs getting paid at any level, whether that be the $200 bar gig or the $20,000 headliner. They can choose voluntarily to give a portion of their earnings. And then the technology that we built breaks down all the tracks in a playlist and ultimately spreads that money equally to everyone on that list. Instead of talking about your breakfast and your cool travels and taking Instagram videos without giving credit to the music, this is a way for people who are earning money off the backs of others to ultimately support them back beyond just a thanks or downloaded for, and actually be like, hey, I respect the work you did, and I get to do what I do because of you, so let's work together. Let me pay you a little something, and let's connect the community back on music, art, culture, instead of Instagram and Facebook likes.
Mm-hmm. Pausing for applause. So when you initially had this idea, I'm really curious to know, like, was there a range of responses from people involved in the scene? Because I think also within this kind of electronic music culture or paradigm or whatever, that the DJ plays such a unique role in that they're performing but also curating. So it's kind of like in between this performance and curation. And as you said, it often involves the compositions of other people. So yeah, what was it like when you started telling people about this idea?
It was funny. The first time I told, let's say, the first 5 closest people to me, I was so excited because I'm like, this is such a, and COVID gave me the time to think. COVID slowed me down from traveling every weekend so I could go deeper into my thought and find a solution, like we said at the beginning, found something broken. And when I called those people and I was so excited about this thing I came up with, they were all shocked. They're like, it's so simple, actually. Why did nobody else do this? And then the further I spread those questions out and asked some people in the industry, they were all like, damn, that's really good, actually. Like, why not? And that's the biggest thing that I think we're all moving so fast. Like, how many of us actually even, our brain has already removed the negativity that we experienced during COVID when our whole world was locked down, because our brain subconsciously removes the negatives because they're painful thoughts. So, we all think the world is great again, and we're all moving so fast, and we're moving from A to B and looking at next year and the year after and all these things. So I just think the ability to create something in that moment that like can actually make change and is actually really simple. And then our goal was to build it as easy as we could for the community to like try it. And the best compliment I get from artists when they try it is, damn, I thought that was gonna be harder. And wow, I thought that was gonna take more time. And then they do it and they're like, that was really easy and I feel really good. And then on the reverse, the connections that they make. So I just think there's something to, yeah, we had to do it. We had to do it. And the response was really good. And I don't expect everyone to jump on board tomorrow. Rome wasn't built in a day. This is going to take time for us to fix something that has been broken for 40, 50 years already. It just in DJ culture. Mm-hmm. It was even broken in other cultures before that with bands and music royalties. So we're up against Goliath, but I don't give up easy.
I find it particularly interesting, like with Aslice, because you're somebody who is often looked at as like a voice of reason, a voice of respect. And I find it really interesting that you have a lot to say about digital technology and the impacts that it's had for the worse. But you're also like looking towards these solutions, something like Aslice, which is like powered by metadata, et cetera, et cetera. Are you like, what's your relationship with technology? Are you the kind of person who is open-minded to everything? Are you skeptical, late or early adopter?
I mean, I'm absolutely open-minded. It's just like, if you abuse the tools that we have in a digital world to, then I find them pointless. But like, we were even talking about AI before we walked in here, and I said, AI could quickly replace some things, but for the people who use it as a tool for a greater knowledge base or a better creativity, or when they're stuck to find a solution, I'm all about it. I think, like the negative, let's say, with digital DJing was it became really easy to be a DJ. You could invest nothing. You could download a crack plugin, pop it on your computer, now on your phone even, download some stolen music, and you could call yourself a DJ. So that's the negative. The positive is now somebody from very far away in a country where they maybe couldn't get techniques 20 years ago or find records can now attempt to be a DJ, and they also might end up being the next amazing artist that we discover. So there's a positive and a negative to everything, and I just think you have to be, let's say whoever the gatekeepers are of our community, the magazines, the writers, the people who are, talking about new talent, stop judging it on the likes on social media and like actually do some digging and like prepare, like we talked about, prepare and listen and try to discover some of the things. So yeah, I mean, the digital world exists. We're never going to go backwards. Like, at some point, I'm sure I argued about digital versus vinyl when I first started touring as a vinyl DJ. But I've, over the years, gone into being a digital DJ. So I can't argue those things anymore. I mean, there's definitely benefits to the digital world. I just think you have to be smart about how you use it and what you use it for. And then the people judging those creations need to understand what's fake and what's real.